Oh no,
Yo,
Bronco.
yo, what's up? What's
Unique
up? What's
New
up?
York.
Hey, this is Just Three Jobbers. Just Three Jobbers. Just Three Jobbers. Just Three Jobbers. Oh, what's up, guys? Hey, everybody. This is Dirty Kev. I'm here with Moose the Great and Max the Zwok. What's up, guys? How are we doing today?
Good. How are you doing, Kev?
Oh my God, what a night of wrestling! What a time! What a time to be alive here. Wednesday nights. It is undeniably the best night of the week. My God. I watched both. Most of the NXT, all of AEW. I watched AEW live. Man, I don't know about you guys, but AEW feels like I'm watching 2005, 2004 good wrestling, like Monday Night Raw. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Noticed that last week when Lance Archer and Cody Rhodes pulls up in his truck to the gate and they get into a brawl. And then like last week with Inner Circle coming up in like the limousine, yeah, I definitely agree. It's like old Raw, which I really love, and that's kind of like the that's why I love AEW so much, because it's kind of like a nostalgic factor. It's like this stuff I used to watch when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Such a good point. No, dude, such a good point, dude. I mean, dude, like I just remember those some of my favorite moments growing up were watching TNA and in WWE was like when they would do the rivalries between the different stables. I really hope WWE is doing the same thing, kind of just following what AEW is doing. It does create like 3 different stables for Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, whatever. I think that would help actually fill the time on Monday Night Raw, truthfully. But this isn't about that show. This is about Wednesday nights. Again, I just really enjoyed this episode. Max, what did you think of last night, man?
Yeah, I agree that it was a good episode, but I don't think it had the same strength as the last 2-3 weeks of AEW. Not really. It wasn't really the go-home show, I guess. I thought like the whole time it was kind of hard for me to believe that they had a pay-per-view coming in 3 days, you know. But
good point. Okay.
Overall,
do you mind me asking? What's I mean, we can just dive right in. What's your thinking behind that, Max?
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I think maybe it's just from the fact that time is basically non-existent right now. That like, that it just seems like it's crazy to think that there's a pay-per-view coming for AEW, just because it almost still seems like they just had the pay-per-view where Moxley won the championship. Just because this year just is going by so weird. Everything is just weird right now. So that could just be me personally.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing about my bad, I mean,
no, go ahead.
I think the funniest thing about last night, though, is like one segment was Sean Spears news, and then we just get Sean Spears versus what's his name?
Yeah,
Dustin
that was
Rhodes.
confirmed so quickly and like haphazardly. It's like, that might as well just be confirmed. And then the next graphic's like, yep, it's confirmed.
Yeah, JR's like, yep, let's just book it.
I'll admit that. Yeah, you're right, guys. Just because, honestly, I think they don't know what to do with Sean Spears. I think Sean Spears, the perfect 10. Max was always somebody who was so, telling us how Ty Dillinger's so great. And I just don't think he's got it. He really doesn't.
That promo was actually decent, I enjoyed the promo.
I did too, and I think he's found his place as a mid-carder in AEW. I think that's exactly where he was made. He's not going to become AEW champion. Maybe one day he gets pushed to become TNT champion or a tag champion.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, that's about as much as I could see there. Oh, declining. My girlfriend's calling me. I don't know why.
Okay, but I can't believe you didn't mute that.
Yeah, before. You guys want to go in? I'm going to go figure out why my girlfriend keeps calling me.
Yeah.
All right. Just start into the show. I'll be right back. 1 second.
For sure. So, getting into it, what began the show again last night, Moose? I'm trying to think back. It was
what was it?
This is usually where we need Kevin, because he's got all the numbers for that. Anyway, I think we should just talk about I don't know. I don't know what to say.
What was the first? How was the first segment?
I'm literally trying to remember, and I can't. I guess this is why the show wasn't that good to me, because it's.
What the hell was the first segment of AEW, Kevin?
We're sitting here trying to remember what opened AEW Dynamite last night.
It was Moxley versus 10. It was Moxley versus 10.
Moxley versus 10. Okay.
And then the Exalted one. Yeah, the Exalted one brought up.
For sure. All right. Well, I actually did really like the Exalted one. Brody Lee's promo. I love Brody Lee. And I love the exposure he's getting in here. I mean, I've been a huge fan of him since he was Luke Harper, going back to 2015 when the Wyatt family broke up, and he was wrestling with the Authority for a little bit. I mean, I love that guy, and now kind of seeing him actually get expanded, be his own character, do his own own thing, get a free reign really in AEW is really awesome for me to see. So I'm super excited for this match coming up on Sunday. And yeah, the 10 guy, I mean, I thought that he was, I don't know,
bigger. I thought he was gonna be bigger.
I thought he was bigger too from everything I saw from him.
Yeah.
Like the backstage promos and vignettes and everything. I thought he was like a big jacked guy that was like tall, and he was kind of dwarfed by Jon Moxley. So
you guys got to remember, Jon Moxley's 6'4". Like they're about like he's a 6'4". Like that's a good size.
Yeah, he's a big
being.
Guy. But
at the same time,
yeah. But at the same time, AEW did kind of make number 10 out to be like some huge. I was expecting him to be like 6'8", to be honest.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, no, I know what you mean because everyone else compared to him.
Even separate than that, Kevin built him up to me to make him think that he was like 6'8". This guy's Jack Brock Lesnar. He's like, dude, this guy Preston Vance, the new guy, the Dark Order. This guy's.
It's the same way with like Wardlow. Though Wardlow's like 6 foot. Like
Wardlow's huge.
Not
though.
6 foot.
He's only 6 foot, 6'1". I guarantee. Look it up.
He's jacked as hell, though. I mean,
right, right.
But what kind of confused me of that match yesterday with Moxley and 10 was 10 kind of got some like decent good shots on him like out there for a while. Like there was like a couple minute span where 10 like kind of took it.
10's the future, man. Of course he's gonna get a couple spots in. I mean, you can't just. I think the thing is like this. I think 10 is going to be presented as like the guy that represents. So like him getting a solid match in with Jon Moxley, to me, that just means, okay, he can actually compete. This is what you did with like Randy Orton. People like, that's how you got to build these guys up. He's going to lose, of course, but I don't think he's lost before this. Or has he won yet? I'm trying to think. I just know that he's still being presented in a pretty good way. He's the one who's always wrestling. It's not like Alex Reynolds or the other guy. I don't even like any of them. And I wanted to also point this out too, dude. Brody Lee has finally proven to me that I thought he'd be just like Shawn Spears. To me, Brody Lee is actually like that promo was pretty damn good. I was pretty impressed with it. I think it's the way he speaks and just like the pauses. I think he does a pretty good job in that aspect.
No doubt. He just knows how to control his like speech impediment so well. I mean, like, and this is probably his first live promo, maybe because this is a live show. I mean, they haven't done all these weeks live, so
true.
It's pretty good to see that. And for me, I always thought he was solid in WWE as a talker, but he just never really got to like actually be himself. He was always doing things like the Bludgeon Brothers, where he was forced to give these gimmicky promos. Where I mean. Obviously, he's doing a gimmick, Brody Lee the Exalted one, but it's also he's giving more free reign to like build that character out himself instead of being based around Vince McMahon's little, niche character mind for like these crazy bludgeoners. It's like this is actually kind of a really well built character that's built over weeks. Maybe it's a little bit premature to give him the AEW title shot, but truthfully, I think. For me, he's been one of my favorite things since he's debuted, and so I don't have any problem with them pushing him to the match with Moxley, and I've liked the way they've done it with him stealing the championship.
And going back, and again, I'm really pumped up for that match. That match is gonna be great. I think that again, that Max, like you've told me, that has potential to be match of the night.
It does.
Which is amazing.
And I have a question about it too that we can bring up later when we actually could kind of go into a full preview.
I disagree with that.
Oh, hot take.
I disagree with what's going to be the best match of the night.
Potential, though. It's a potential. You never know. Yes. It has the potential. There's about 5 matches on there that have potential.
Yeah.
Because there's no guarantees. Let's be real. I mean, I don't know. You never know. I did not expect Moxley and Kenny Omega to have the match of the night that night. So, and you remember like when that pay-per-view came out. So you never know. Yeah, dude. When wasn't Shawn Spears and Dustin Rhodes eliminated first round of the TNT title?
Yes.
So maybe is that kind of partially also with this? Because I mean, they've only really had 2-3 weeks.
No, Dustin Rhodes
a whole roster.
Dustin Rhodes was eliminated second round by.
Oh, that's right.
Lance Archer. Yeah.
So Shawn's gonna win this, I bet. And then we can go into it later.
But I think it's weird. But with that storyline, I think what they're trying to do because Shawn Spears keeps trying to call out Cody. So I think he eventually wants to have a match with Cody. But I think that's the whole.
I mean,
maybe for the TNT title, maybe.
Yeah, if Cody wins.
To be honest, like I don't know, Kevin, since you're more in depth, maybe you can answer this, but like the Dustin Rhodes thing, they keep saying, for me, they keep alluding like, oh, this could be his last match. He should retire. Like they keep alluding that he's almost done. Like, do you think they could be possibly building up to like maybe at All In or All Out, whatever they call this year in Chicago, hopefully that he could do like a retirement match there? He's like kind of doing a last final big run, or do you think that that's just talk to like see like I don't know, because I feel like the only reason they would be saying that stuff is to potentially lead into a final run for him, not just a random retirement. Obviously,
I mean, the only way I could truly max see that happening is if he had a match with like Cody to end it. Like I know it'd be a rematch, and I know, but I feel like that's the only way you could.
I don't think there's any problem with it being a rematch. I think it would have to be him building up to maybe face Cody for the TNT Championship.
That's what I'm wondering too, and it's like this is my
Tyler
last shot.
Yeah, like Tyler versus.
That'd be actually a cool storyline because like they could like put in the fact they're brothers. Like if I beat you, your career's over. Blah,
but
blah.
Isn't that what Dustin Rhodes said last time? Like if we think about it, a year ago.
I don't think it would make sense for anybody to retire Dustin besides Cody.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
They were never given their true match they should have gotten in WWE before Cody was released. So like, or when he was request released, however that went. Like, I think it's honestly fine if they have another match. I mean,
yeah.
So was Dustin Rhodes still on WWE after Cody was released?
Yeah, I think Goldust was for a little bit. He only left, I think, maybe last year officially. I think that he was there for so long that Vince granted him his release. He just let him.
Yeah, no, wasn't it like after? Yeah, it was recent. I think
Vince really was amicable about it. He didn't push it like he does with some people. Like, but
yeah, no, I completely agree with you guys. Yeah, dude, AEW to me was just a very solid show. Orange Cassidy stepped up. Orange Cassidy versus Phoenix, great match. That was really fun.
It probably was match of the night for me. I mean,
match of the night, yeah.
When Ray Phoenix jumped off the top rope and he got so much hang time on that. That was crazy.
Oh, Ray Phoenix, he can't have a bad match.
Yeah, he looked like he might have got hurt though.
Phoenix is great, but that was scary. So yeah,
his feet hit the ground before his head, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like hit his back, not his head, but. Yeah, so I just want to confirm. Okay, yeah, so it was actually confirmed that Phoenix, he was a little banged up from that spot, but he's still good to go for Saturday.
Okay, good. Yeah,
for the ladder match. And I'm kind of looking at it because there was some, but Britt Baker was also injured last night, and there's no word officially on.
Oh, that match might not go on.
It was, but I would not be surprised if her match with Chris Statlander is postponed or.
Wow.
It was, if you saw the move that happened, it was her two opponents threw Nia Rose threw it onto her and like hit her really weirdly. I think it might on her leg maybe, like
like her knee,
like a lot of Nia's weight hit her leg or knee, which that's pretty unprotected injury. I mean,
oh my gosh,
that's not a really smart spot in my opinion.
Nyla it was probably hard for her to slow her momentum down.
There's no way Nyla's able to slow her momentum down. I mean, I feel like it just should have been the opposite way of Nyla getting Britt Baker thrown onto her, because that just would have been there's so much easier to take. I think just because Britt Baker's smaller. I mean, it's not about size. It's just about I don't know.
So I mean,
anyway, I hope Britt Baker's okay.
Yeah, and what's kind of important about this, guys, if you guys think about this pay-per-view is the 1-year anniversary of AEW.
Yeah, that was their first official pay-per-view as AEW, because All In the first year was not.
Yeah, and that was 2 years. I think that was also Memorial Day weekend, right?
No, that was in August or September. It was over.
Oh, it was
over Labor Day.
That's right, and that is like their WrestleMania, right?
Kind of. I think that's kind of what their thought process is. Yeah.
Their thought process, yeah. But yeah, Orange Cassidy, he's money. So funny. I love him. And then we also had MJF versus Marco Stunt. Quick, squash. The thing is that MJF, and I was tweeting this last night, MJF is such a good heel. And then all the fans that were sitting there made that match so just better to me, just because they're like, stop it, yelling at MJF, like just calling him a schmuck. Like, all these different things. And MJF was, he is such a good heel. MJF right now is just, and he hasn't lost yet in 2020. I think he's 7-0 now.
And he's 23 years old.
23 years old, 22. My God, dude, MJF. Here's the thing. AEW is doing something that WWE NXT can do as well, and they're very good. But WWE Raw and SmackDown seem to just struggle, is making their lower card and middle card matches have a little bit of a storyline. I think the MJF has been promoting this match with Jungle Jack Perry in such a good way. If you watch the Double or Nothing, they go in depth into their past history with each other. Or right now, Jungle Jack, I guess what they're presenting is everyone's hating on MJF, saying he's the bad guy. MJF is saying, no, you're saying me, I'm the bad guy. What about this guy over here who's living off his daddy's, funds, he may be quiet, but he's doing just the same thing. He does not connect with any of you guys. He's just faking it. And I kind of like that. I think that's kind of a good idea. I'm actually pumped for that match now.
Yeah, that's why I also think that it kind of AEW's also reminded me of like mid 2000s Raw, because that's what Raw and SmackDown used to do back then too. They used to have really good storylines for their mid cards.
It's so simple. Like it was so simple.
And it gets the crowd involved, and like you actually care about this match now because you have all this history and stuff. And
I'll tell you what, come Vegas this weekend, and it's going to be cool to see. Personally, to me, it's going to be really cool to see just everyone. I think the crowd, like the way they have like the few people in the crowd, I think that just is going to make the pay-per-view just seem so much better. And
the background noise
is a 3-hour pay-per-view.
That's really what I wish Raw and SmackDown would do during these times, is have like the wrestlers come out in the Performance Center and sit around, spread out, and cheer like AEW does, because that actually makes me want to watch the show.
Yeah, it does. Honestly, it's exciting. I feel like it helps with people like MGF. It helps with the heels when people are booing and just like, you saw. I like it. I don't know. I really like it. Whereas the WWE is, they like half the fans like the heels. So like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, you don't get that kind of reaction for the most part, I feel like. And then the main event was what was it? The main event was
Sex God versus
La Sex God versus Matt Hardy.
Damascus.
Yeah, Sammy Guevara can work.
Dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
that twist of fate counter that he just kind of put his hands down and like kicked his legs up. That was crazy.
So sick.
That was cool. And I think that just the way he takes the twist of fate is just gnarly.
He just does looks like he breaks his neck every time.
Somebody take it so nasty to the head like that. I mean, most people just take it like a regular cutter. I mean, this
did you see how he Yeah, he did the counter. That's so sick.
Well, I know the counter too, because I think that was set up by how he takes last week or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, he took it the same way, and that set up the counter. Like that's the part about it. They showed a replay. They showed a replay of him taking the twist of fate, and the first time he went for the twist of fate, he was doing it, but then he did the handstand instead. It's like, wow, because that's like exactly the same way he took it the first time. Like, it's
wow.
I really liked.
I hope is that his finisher, the like jump off the rope RKO now? Diamond cutter?
I mean, Twist of Fate was always kind of
I'm talking about the Sex God.
Yeah, that might be. I mean,
like the springboard cutter, kind of like
similar
to John Cena's old move.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you would know more than me. It seemed like that was his finishing move from how many times he was going for it.
I mean, I've heard also he doesn't have a finishing move technically, so.
I mean, he can do a lot of stuff off the top rope. I mean, maybe if he ever hits the 450 splash, that would be his finishing move.
Mm-hmm. And I tweeted out, and we asked our Twitter, who we thought had been stepping up during this kind of COVID era. And honestly, Sammy Guevara, someone who I, going into 2020, did not think was that good. I'm actually looking forward to a match with him. Like, yeah, he's good. He's solid. I'm very, very impressed so far with what he's been doing. And Matt Hardy, man, looks good.
Mm-hmm.
God, he looks
Hardy
good.
looks like the best he's been in years, to be
honest.
Dude,
he does.
His shape, the physical shape he's gotten in since he's gone to AEW is exceptional.
Because I actually saw him live at Monday Night Raw in Des Moines, and he looks 10 times better than he did during that match.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think he was a little promoted. I think he was motivated after getting screwed over because of the Ultimate deletion. Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying honestly what it is. Like I was tweeting, dude, it was just AEW was just so entertaining. And you know what? Maybe that last dude, that last segment when everyone was kind of going after each other in that stadium, and you just see Hangman Page run the 100 yards.
Yeah,
I went crazy.
That was lit.
I love that.
Showed up just with their mask on, like it was like
I think it was
Cowboys out in the West, like just showing up, like like finally, like
I kind of knew that was happening too because JR and them kept talking. Well, we haven't seen the Young Bucks yet, and they just kept talking about them.
Yeah. I popped. That was exactly what I wanted, man. That was so fun.
It was a great way to end it and get excited for that match. It
really so do you think Hangman Page is going to be in that match, or is
he is? It's 5-on-5. Oh, it's the Inner Circle, and then it's Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Matt Hardy, and Hangman. Because it's going to be Cody versus because I think they've been doing kind of this thing for a while now. The reason why this match is happening is because Hangman originally left, and then it left the Elite, and then the whole issues with the whole tag team, between Kenny Omega and Hangman. This has been honestly a storyline low key for about 6 months now. I think 7 months, which is respect, and I like that. And I think COVID kind of put a wrench into that a little bit. Unfortunately, but you know what? I'm glad it's back. I'm pumped.
Think about it. Inner Circle and Elite have been going at it since probably the first episode of AEW, maybe.
You're right.
I mean, it's been different people in different parts of the feud.
Yeah.
But
Going back to Sammy Guevara, though, I think whenever the Inner Circle splits up, which won't be for a while, but I think he's going to have a huge singles run. Like maybe be TNT champion someday, or even world champion.
That's what I'm wondering, dude. Is TNT title going to be almost presented as well? Like, I bet the TNT title main events, the pay-per-view.
I'm really excited to see how it looks. I think it's going to look really sweet.
With Mike Tyson?
And then Mike Tyson. And then they're also rumoring – we didn't even talk about that. The Arn Anderson and the Jake the Snake kind of it was short. It was maybe 5-10 minutes. Good content. It was bulleted, as you can tell, and it seemed like it was off the cusp. But it seemed like they're going to fight. It literally looked like a real fight was about to happen there, which was awesome.
Which I don't want to
like, don't interrupt me.
I really hope they don't actually do that.
Well, I don't. I hope so, too.
I like it as a segment they did, not as an actual match.
And then Jake the Snake goes, well, I still got it in me one more time. I was like, please, no.
Please, no. Yeah.
The only match you can do is on film for the Peanut Butter Falcon. Watch that movie. Great movie with
Great movie.
Never seen it.
A lot of good wrestlers.
Oh my gosh, you gotta. Or MacGruber. We talked about MacGruber last night, Max.
Yeah. MacGruber is an all-time classic. It's in my top 5 comedies, and Peanut Butter Falcon is just amazing. One of the best movies from last year.
I love it. Entire plane just blows up. MacGruber has to stare at everyone die on the plane.
Is that the one with Batista?
It's with Big Show, Mark Henry. I forgot who else. Who else is in it, Max?
In what?
In MacGruber.
MacGruber. Great Khali.
Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho. You're looking great. Oh my God. Chris Jericho is hilarious.
It's such a funny movie. Solid episode. I would give it definitely a 4. Me personally, because of entertainment, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. That crowd helps. I need wrestling right now, and I just need live sports in general. So wrestling is doing enough for me in that aspect, and I got what I wanted. So I don't know if it'd be as high of a score if we were in today's world, maybe, but if it was normal, but that's fine with me. Man.
I just thought of a line. Chris Jericho goes, MacGruber, you and your dick jokes. MacGruber, I love saying them. Chris Jericho, and I love hearing you say them. So that's paraphrasing. Oh, so good. Okay.
But also, Kevin, I think when you said you don't know if it would be as good as a live crowd, I think if there was the live crowd, like a full-on live crowd, it would be a 5 out of 5 show for me.
Yeah, dude, because I just think, Matt Hardy is just presented such a good way right now.
That and there's a lot more things they can do with the live crowd.
Mm-hmm.
You'd see more matches and stuff. I'm anxious to see Scorpio Sky this Saturday.
Yes, shoot that. And the reason we're kind of brushing over this because I think we want to discuss kind of the matches themselves. But yeah, I thought that was also a cool segment too.
I've got before we can preview this in a second. I just want to say one thing is Moose, you're a goddamn crazy animal if you think that was a five-star show in front of a live audience. Okay, it was a good show, but
hey, I'm just trying to get AEW promote us. Come on.
Okay, well. You're not going to get promoted by just saying everything is perfect and amazing. I mean, I thought it was a good show. I have really little problems with it, but to say every week is 5 stars out of 5 is a little bit nuts, especially since the go-home show. Go-home shows aren't even supposed to be that great. They're just supposed to be excited for the pay-per-view.
And I'm
I love
freaking
this.
excited.
I'm excited too, but like it's not 5 stars. 5 stars are like next level shows.
I would have to see Kenny Omega. Yeah, Kenny Omega would have to be in the main event.
There's a lot of things.
Match.
I mean, there was very little Cody Rhodes. There was very little Chris Jericho. Really, he has little.
That's what I'm saying. If we had a live audience, it has the potential because Cody Rhodes would have been on there. Hangman Page would have done more stuff.
I'm taking it as this is the exact same show with live audience. They're not going to change it if they don't have a live audience.
I like this. Keep going, boys. I
think I'm thinking. And I think the same exact show is in front of a live audience is just as good as it was tonight. It's the same. It's not going to be improved.
I still don't think it would be the same show. There would be a lot of stuff.
The matches didn't even have the top wrestlers on it. I mean, Kenny Omega didn't wrestle.
That's what I'm saying. If it was a live show, if it was a live show, those dudes would have wrestled.
Okay, well now you're bringing Moose, you're bringing hypotheticals into it now. I'm taking it as face value. You can't say you're changing the entire equation. You can't. Okay, maybe the whole show is different if it's live, but then it's a completely different question.
That's exactly what I said, though. I said if it was a live show, it would be. You said
if it was a live show, it'd be 5 stars. You said if this show last night was live, it'd be 5 stars, and that is batshit fucking crazy. Excuse my French.
Whatever. We can move on.
My mouth is watering from that argument. Let's go into NXT, boys. And then we'll cover NXT quick, and then we can kind of Max. Do you want to kind of go into NXT quick? I mean, start off with Killer Kross and Scott Bordeaux and Ciampa.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm excited for that match. I mean,
for In Your House.
Yeah. No, In Your House. That's going to be a really great match. I'm not. I honestly, I don't think. I'm not fully prepared to talk about NXT. Honestly,
I mean, it's gonna be here. How about this? It's gonna be a good match. It looks like it's gonna be a really good match. Ciampa versus. I mean, Ciampa though is smaller than Karrion by a good amount though.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be a cool match, but like the only thing I'm worried about is like this is. Tommaso is one of the biggest stars in NXT, and they're to throw. I mean, I get it's a big match, but to throw him Karrion Kross so early in Karrion's time in NXT seems a little bit premature, just to give either one of them a loss.
Mm-hmm. I think what's gonna happen is Karrion Kross is gonna have a great match. It's gonna be an amazing match, but whatever his name is, he's gonna have a great match, and then Ciampa's gonna come out on top. But it's gonna be like an amazing.
No, I don't think Ciampa. I don't think
they're gonna have Kross lose this quick though.
Karrion, it's Karrion.
I just said Kross. This is his last name.
Oh yeah, just go Kross. Yeah. I think it'd be a great match though. But yeah, I think
I like that. Also, I guess I'll just say I like that they're still moving with this Drake Maverick thing. It's to go this deep, to not have him win the Cruiserweight Championship and go this deep into a storyline though it would seem a little bit stupid, honestly. So I think that at this point it has to be Drake Maverick.
Dude, or if they want to present El Hijo de Fantasma as a hell of a heel, I'd put,
That's the other side of it.
Him making Drake lose his job.
Spud.
That's gonna be some.
Because he's being promoted as Spud by EC3 right now.
Rockstar Spud.
Rockstar Spud. This is Spud. Yeah.
Shout out to EC3 versus Rockstar Spud, the no DQ match at TNA. Great match.
Oh my God. Yeah, the bloody match was I guess that's like one of their best matches to go to. So
again, it was a huge feud.
Yeah.
One of the last big feuds I really knew about in TNA, really.
This Cruiserweight tournament for me personally has been the worst out of all of them, though, unfortunately. Just because there's no crowd. Those tournaments were so good with the crowd.
If there was a crowd, this thing probably would have been awesome. But.
Oh my gosh! Do you guys remember? Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi years ago, Max?
Oh my God, that was great. I mean, Grand Metalik showed out in every match.
Yeah.
And the weirdest part about that tournament was they had TJP win it versus Grand Metalik when they had all these great wrestlers. Still, one of the standouts of that freaking match, and this is when I knew, and I told you, I said, this is when I knew Tommaso Ciampa was going to be a future main eventer, was Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano in the Cruiserweight Classic 2016.
You did.
Their match was so hard-hitting, and that's when they were still a tag team. And I was like, if this is a match they're going to have when they're still tag team and fighting for each other in a tournament.
Yeah.
Imagine what happens when there's going to be heel turn. There's going to be actual story behind it, and
imagine what happens when Ciampa takes steroids and grows a beard. Like that match is gonna be great.
I mean, to be fair, I think he had a beard at that time, but
it was not big though. Remember his beard? Now he came back from that injury. Oh yeah.
That's fair.
He tore his ACL, which just meant I'm kidding. He didn't take steroids. He's just one of those guys who just looks so ripped, and I couldn't do it. I'm jealous. personally. I look like the candlestick from freaking Beauty and the Beast. So just rolls and rolls on me.
Honestly, I think we should probably just get right into some AEW preview for the show this weekend.
I think we should too. Should we, if anything, to go with it, the NXT AEW war? I'm an AEW guy. I'm always going to be someone, and I hope somebody will always call me out and say on Twitter or something someday down the road, like, you're just an AEW stan. Yes, I am. So AEW won tonight for me, personally, myself.
Yeah, I agree with you there, AEW. I'm more of an AEW fan as well right now than NXT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
AEW. I'm always going to be biased towards AEW now, at least.
That's cool, Moose. I'm a wrestling fan, and I love all wrestling, so I love both shows and all people in wrestling. And I don't favor one over the other. And I am gonna call it.
How noble of Max.
I'm gonna call it to AEW this week.
Oh wow! Surprise.
Yeah, surprising. I know, right?
yeah, Max. There you go. Run away.
It's stuck in my goddamn back of my toe.
Hopefully, YouTube got to see Max's butt crack there. All right. we'll have to edit that out. But very funny.
A little bit.
But yeah, all right. Let's go into. Should we go into the?
Yeah, we can, or we can start a new one.
What we'll do is we're going to do a part 2 to this, and it's going to be
we're not doing a part 2. We're just going to splice them together.
We're going to splice them together, guys, yeah.
Our part 2 from last week gets 0 views.
No, it's up. It's up right now.
I know, but there's 0 people that watch the second part of it.
No, that's not true. The second part is actually, I think, up to like 6 now.
Oh, I'm one of them.
Hell yeah, dude. I've been going on it. That's probably me just rewatching, going to different IPs. Yeah. Very cool, guys. Okay. So
2 views.
Is that where we're at?
Yeah, 8 views for part 1.
So far, we're a podcast on Twitter. Much better than
Yeah, we're a Twitter podcast, not an actual content podcast.
It seems like they like that a little bit more, our tweets. Yeah, dude. Good wrestling. All right, so let's pull up that Double or Nothing. Let's give that.
Kevin, do you not have, before we end this, Kevin, do you have it in speaker view instead of grid view when you do this? When you're recording?
I have it in normal view. Why?
What does that mean? There's no thing.
The three.
Three at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because last week when you had recorded it was in speaker view, so it kept like going to every one of us on the big screen, and like there's no reactions or anything.
I think that's what it does naturally. I don't think it can like show like our like.
Like look at this. You're talking, and Moose is just showing his face right there.
Yeah. Or Thursday, I mean, sorry. Yeah, Thursday. That's how it works, though. I mean, you can't do anything about it.
Well, I know, but if you,
know what I mean?
it doesn't go by what you're in. You're in.
No. It's like whoever's talking will show up first. That's like if I watch Wrestling Inc., that's what they do when they do a YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's different for everybody. Some people actually control.
Oh, like, can you really? Oh, maybe.
No, but like I think some people have, but that could be for like actually streaming the show, not for recording it.
Oh, what about this? This way. This is now 3 of us.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was telling you.
Oh my God, yeah, this is way better.
That's what I mean the whole time.
Oh yeah, my gosh. Yeah, I'm so dumb.
Oh my God.
I'm so dumb.
I knew it was you. But
for the part two, we're going to have to be like, hey, so we upgraded.
For the last 15 minutes of the show, we'll fix it after people watch, hopefully, the whole thing. All right.
Yeah.
Right. You want to end and give us another one?
Yeah, I'll recall you guys.
Okay.
Peace. Awesome, guys. We're live. Hey, guys. I'm glad we're back. All right. So let's jump into this flipping pay-per-view, and let's get ourselves ready for the weekend, Memorial Day weekend of some AEW. AEW Double or Nothing starting this weekend. I think it's at 7 p.m. I'm guessing. And right now it has about, what is it, like 9 matches I think set up.
There's some matches.
Let's put it on there, the card. That's a good point there, Max. There are some matches. I like that.
There's 8, I believe. 8 and 9, and the 9th is the buy-in match where Private Party versus Best Friends for the number 1 contendership.
I like that. Should we just dive in that? Yeah, that's gonna be. I mean, that's gonna be easily a good match. Those guys can't seem to put on a bad match. I could see them. Honestly, I could see that match being a good 15-minute match. I personally think it's gonna be Best Friends. I think the Best Friends are gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yep.
I mean, I don't see why. Even if we'll be watching the pay-per-view, but if you don't even have the money to buy the pay-per-view, might as well at least watch this free buy-in and watch this match. I mean, I think it'll be a good show, a good match to start the show. Moose, what do you think? Who do you have winning the Private Party versus? Well, Kevin choose. Let's get into this. All right, so the last match added to the card was Shawn Spears versus Dustin Rhodes, which we already kind of touched on how that was built up pretty fast over the last episode of AEW, the Go Home show. This is a weird one for me because it seems like they would give the win to Shawn Spears, the young gun, but Dust is also Cody's brother and kind of poised for possibly a last final run. So I'm not sure where they'll go from here. Part of me, I think my gut says they're gonna have Dustin win. What do you think, Moose?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I think he does have one little last run into him, and I think, like we talked about earlier, I could honestly see down the line in maybe 6 months to a year having Cody end his wrestling career. That's the only thing that really would make sense to me in that fact. So
yeah, I think with that too, here's my thing. I think Shawn Spears is going to win. I'm going to take Shawn Spears in that match just because I think he needs it more. Shawn Spears is just not winning. He's supposed to be presented as something bigger. And I don't think he wants to be somebody who's I don't think Shawn Spears is going to be an enhancement talent. So I don't know. I think he needs it more, and I think that's going to be something for him.
So is it only me, or was Shawn Spears News SSN, was that a parody of the John Krasinski Some Good News SGN thing that's been going on since quarantine started?
Oh, maybe.
For some reason, that's just immediately what came to my head, just because SGN, SSN, it was kind of its own self-made thing. I don't know. Just a weird thing I kind of thought of. Anyway, the other kind of lower card match, which is probably in question now, was Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Statlander?
Statlander, yeah.
It's a Landler.
Statlander.
Yeah.
The alien, essentially, versus the dentist.
Exactly. So, so this is kind of in question now with Britt possibly being injured last night. I probably, Chris obviously is new upcoming, but Britt is that seems to be star who is just great week to week with her backstage promo. She's great.
Yeah.
So I think that
I wish Max would mute that, but that's okay.
I wish I could, but my beats were dead, so I couldn't put on headphones.
I'm kidding.
I'll try to fix that. Anyway.
Yeah, you freaking should. God, be professional.
If it goes on, I thought that they'd probably give DMD Britt Baker the win, but hopefully we'll get to see it. I'm just hoping that it happens at this point.
Yeah, I think if the match does happen, I feel like Britt Baker will win because of the way they're building her as this kind of top heel, in the women's division, I would say. Yeah. So I think just have her lose to Chris Statlander would kind of just be pointless,
Yeah, and then hopefully AEW. I've heard rumors that Rebecca Black might be also debuting in AEW, right, Max?
Hey, come on now. Hey now. Rebecca Black is a one-hit wonder with a great song called Friday, and Rebecca Quinn is Becky Lynch. Let's just clarify that.
Rebecca Black is opening up the show for Double or Nothing.
She's going to perform Friday for the whole crowd.
God,
It's
that's funny.
actually she might be preparing a new song Saturday since it's taking place on Saturday.
It's double or nothing.
Anyway,
double or nothing.
here also I need to.
She might join the Dark Order. She might join the Dark Order.
Number 11.
Actually, not admit this, but am I the only one that noticed when they were going over their final show of all the matches? You know, like the graphics for all the matches for the MJF versus Jungle Boy match. I'm 99% sure that they showed Marco Stunt and not Jungle Boy.
Yeah, they did. I think they did.
Yeah, 100%. They showed.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in the graphic for it, it was so clearly Marco Stunt. I knew it because the guy, it was shorter than him, and it was Marco Stunt. It wasn't Jungle Boy. I'm like, that's not right.
Oh my gosh, AEW. That's a little bit
amateurish.
Yeah, a little amateurish. Whoever that guy.
That's fine.
Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
A little Southpaw.
Come on now.
Yeah, Chad Too Bad.
Yeah, Chad Too Bad is fantastic. So I think I'd be surprised if MJF doesn't win against Jungle Boy.
Dude, MJF has been bringing this promo.
I am better than
undefeated.
You.
Yeah.
I love this shit. But I think that match is going to be the match that steals the show.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What a take.
Oh my gosh, Moose is just coming out here with the worst takes, and I love it. MJF match is gonna steal the show against Jungle Boy.
No, okay. They're both. Listen.
All right, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna give you one shot. You have one shot to try to prove this to me.
Here we go, Moose.
All right, listen. They're both.
Oh my god, I'm.
They're both really.
Things.
They're both really good workers. Jungle Boy.
That's partially true.
Jungle Boy, from what I've seen of Jungle Boy, is one of the best mid-card talents in AEW. Also, possibly. MJF with his promos and his storytelling is going to be huge in that match. They've had like a feud for like the past couple weeks, like with run-ins with Wardlow, and I can see Wardlow and Luchasaurus getting into it as well during the match. So I just think it has a lot of possibility of being a great match. It might not steal a show, but I think it possibly can.
Okay.
This time, Moose, I would preface this by saying it'd be a great match, not steal the show. But
I saw that from JR. Not gonna lie, JR said that.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, JR is just trying to promote that match. That's definitely.
JR is just trying to be positive for the. He's gonna say every match is great no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it could be good. It could be great. I mean, I'm not gonna say it doesn't have the potential. Of course it does, but MJF seems like he needs a really good worker to even put on a good match to great match, like Cody or like a top guy, you know. And Jungle Boy's good, but I don't think he's that great performer that can bring the best out of MJF. You know, that's not necessarily. I mean, I'd love to be proven wrong. So, but I think I'm excited for it, but I don't think it has the same potential.
I could see it be a match where there's gonna be a lot of near falls, and I think that's what's gonna be exciting about it.
Here's the thing: if I were to agree with either of you, I would actually go towards Moose in the aspect of these guys have been working with each other on the indies for years. They were like a huge rivalry, I guess, for like 3 years. I was in the Double or Nothing video. So like they know how to work with each other. I don't know. I just think it'll be a pretty good match, but what matches can't be good on this card? Let's be real. Yeah, I would say MJF's going to win, I think personally. He's going to stay undefeated, and he's going to probably go after maybe TNT title or AEW title. We'll see. What do you guys think? Who's going to win?
MJF.
All right, cool. Max, who do you think?
MJF. I'd be really surprised not.
So that's a clean sweep.
MJF was supposed to – I read today MJF was supposed to face Moxley at this pay-per-view for the championship.
Really?
It said that if it hadn't been the world going into pandemic and quarantine and everything happening, that was their plan. But they changed it up just for whatever reason with everything happening. So – yeah, that's what I read at least on Wrestling Inc. So
that's interesting. That is interesting. Just because, dude, like, I guess personally to me, I mean, why is AEW? I mean, I think that'd be better to do it that way because Brody Lee's going to get first pay-per-view. He's going to get a world title shot. That's awesome. But I've heard rumors that Brian Cage is supposed to be in the next ladder match. Which we can go into that. But if he wins that means he's going to probably be the number one contender, which means like another person who just debuts is going to get – I don't know. I don't know if that made sense as much, I guess, but we'll see.
Yeah. kind of going through, I mean, the rest of the matches is basically the main event. Let's go into the women's championship match first. Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida.
Yeah.
No DQ, no count out.
Ooh.
This has potential to be a really good match. I'm gonna throw it to you, Kevin. Do you think Shida has a chance to take it off of Nyla Rose, or do you think it's still too early in Nyla's reign?
I feel like Nyla hasn't really done much in her reign. I think she's probably going to win this. I think they're going to give it to like Statlander, and then Statlander's going to end up losing it to like Britt
Baker.
Yeah, Britt Baker down the line. So, I think he's going to be a good match. It's going to be definitely a very fun match. I just don't think Nyla has the potential to put on a match more than like a 3-star classic to me personally.
Yeah,
I'm going to put my
3-star
Nyla.
That's
sorry, not 3-star classic.
Yeah, I was
going
to
say
3-star classic is double entendre. Maybe not the right word either. It's
the
opposite. What's the word where it's like two opposites are like next to each other?
yeah.
Double entendre means there's two meanings.
Yeah, I think you're right. That'll be fine.
Either way, I think people know what I mean. That she has pretty low ceiling for matches. And I'd love to be proven wrong, but I kind of agree, and I also agree. We'll probably stick with Nyla Rose as champion.
Yeah.
Moose, do you have anything else to add, or is that you basically agree?
Yeah, I basically agree, but I also think it was really cool last night how she put Nyla Rose through a table, though. So I don't know if that's foreshadowing anything or not.
All right, everyone, you're gonna hate me, but I just switched the view to grid view. So
yeah, you just took this again. Okay, that's fine.
I forgot to do that.
All right, now before we get into these last 4 matches, this is what I was kind of talking about earlier, where I wanted to bring up. Do we know what's going to main event this pay-per-view? Because I could see, I don't think the ladder match will, which we haven't talked about yet, but I could see the TNT Championship match, the AEW Championship match, or the Stadium Stampede all main eventing.
I think it makes sense to put the Stampede probably after.
I think TNT because of Mike Tyson.
See, that's where there's points for everything. I mean, AEW Championship is their big championship, but they also could put Mike Tyson at the main event.
I know, you're right.
To get that, that big spot. But also the Stampede matches, their marquee kind of thing, and it could be. I'm assuming they're going to have commentators over it, and they're not going to go the WWE cinematic route.
I think the ladder match is going to be the first match of the night.
Yeah,
that's likely. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I agree. I was saying that won't main event. Obviously, I don't think, but
yeah,
I just think it's like one of those. I think it's a top 4 match. Overall.
I think the Stadium
100%.
I think the Stadium Stampede will be the second to last match.
Oh. Okay, I could see. I know what you mean.
I can see the women's match going second to last, kind of as a buffer between 2 huge matches.
I mean, it's different though. You would usually put the women's match second to last, just because that's like kind of a bathroom break a little bit. Not bathroom, but like lets you breathe a little bit before the main event. And there's no crowd though, so
I think
without a crowd, I mean, there's no.
I think what they'll maybe do a Stadium Stampede women's match, and then women's title match, and then either TNT or AEW World Championship. But I don't know. At the same time,
it's a weird question, but with AEW so far, it seems like every pay-per-view has been pretty obvious what will main event. But I'm interested to see what will happen here, because I mean, as excited as I am for Moxley versus Brody Lee, and I think I'm really excited for it. I think it might not have the same oomph that the Stadium Stampede or the TNT Championship matches have. And, I think that's why, it's kind of a match that maybe – it's not maybe being underlooked. Well, I think it is being underlooked, but I just think they could surprise people more just because I think people are talking about other matches. So,
yeah.
I don't think the AEW Championship is going to be main event, though.
No, I don't think so either. Look at All In 2 years ago. They had Cody versus Nick Aldis for the NWA title in the middle of the it was like the third to last match. Because usually how AEW does it, which I kind of like, is they do the most important matches. I think they're going to want to present the TNT title as a big deal. Having Mike Tyson, so Mike Tyson ain't going to go out there for cheap. And if he's going out for cheap, you're not going to put him in the, not the best spot. So.
You're absolutely right. That's kind of why I even brought it up, just because it was such a big deal. So
it'd be great. And dude, I want to see Cody Rhodes versus Lance Archer out of any of the matches right now. Lance Archer is a stud.
I think I've got to say that's my most anticipated wrestling match. I mean, God, it's close. I think it probably is my most anticipated
Because
match.
he is just gonna he's gonna beat Cody up, and we're gonna have to watch Cody just get to. But like, he is such a good storyteller. Exactly, like that's gonna be such a good story.
Cody's gonna let the shape get beat out of him. He's not gonna.
As I'm wondering, do you think he's gonna get? You think he'll bleed? That'll be awesome if they if he bleeds.
He doesn't, I'd be surprised if he doesn't bleed.
He made Dustin bleed, so he's got to make Cody bleed.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go into the ladder match.
Yeah, let's get into the ladder match. So I'll run off the names quick. So we have Darby Allin, Colt Cabana, Orange Cassidy, Phoenix, Scorpio Sky, Kip Sapien, Frankie Kazarian, Luchasaurus, and Mystery Entrant. 9 total people. 2 people start every 90 seconds. A new entrant's going to be released.
And they did say last night, though, too, that not all people have to be in the match to
exactly. It could end before everybody joins the match, which is a weird kind of thing where it's like the Royal Rumble match. Those type matches can't finish until everybody's been entered. Mm-hmm. Whereas this is like almost like you want to be one of the first ones out and try to win right away.
Yeah.
This is a different type.
9 people. 9 people in this match.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt they're going to do it before everybody comes out. I think everybody will come out before the match is done. But I think it will give the beginning of a match that sometimes those multiple entrants at a time matches can, like, lack at the beginning. I feel like it'll have some oomph at the beginning where people will be trying to win before, which is, I think, a smart way to do it, just to add a different aspect to the match, I'd say.
Now, do we think the 9th person is going to be a debuting star, even though there is no crowd?
I thought it was the winner of the Battle Royal on Friday.
Wait, what?
There's a Battle Royal on Friday for the countdown special.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure. I thought I read that the Battle Royal was next week on AEW.
It's next week.
And they're gonna the winner of that gets the TNT Championship.
Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, I read that.
Yeah. So then maybe they'll do Scorpio Sky versus because I would say this if they didn't have like the mystery entrant, I thought Scorpio Sky was winning this match.
Yeah.
Because the winner gets a AEW Championship shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, kind of going through it, I think you cancel out Kip Sapien. He's not going to win. I don't think Frankie Kazarian's going to win.
Mm-mm.
I don't think Orange Cassidy will win.
Luchasaurus won't.
It's either Darby Allin or Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
I think those are the 2 top entrants. Colt Cabana, I don't think will have a chance to win.
No.
I think Phoenix is an outside chance, but probably unlikely. But I think Phoenix will be a big part of the match.
He's gonna do some cool ladder spots. Yeah,
I'm excited to see what he can do in there because he is so damn good, and a lot of it just comes to that mystery entrance. So I think it'll come down to Darby, Scorpio Sky, and the mystery entrant.
Do you think it's gonna be Do you think it's gonna be a brand new wrestler? Or do you think it's gonna be a wrestler that's had that people know?
It has to be.
I think it will definitely be a brand new wrestler.
If they put somebody out there like Billy Gunn or something like that, I'd be just.
Oh
livid.
My god, that would be. I probably wouldn't even want to watch the rest of the match with Billy Gunn. I would. I'm just kidding.
Right. But what I mean is like if they do something like that, that'd be so disappointing.
It would. It would be very disappointing. I think Drew Gulak is somebody that's possible.
That has also been a rumor. Yeah, that's also been a rumor.
Did he get released from WWE?
Yep.
He did. He didn't resign. His contract expired, and he chose not to resign.
Yeah.
Just last Friday was his last.
So he wasn't. I don't think he was even released. I think he can technically.
Yeah, that's why. That's why he's a name because he didn't. Since he went through the end of his contract without being released or resigning, that he doesn't have that 90-day non-compete.
Is that smart to put some random Joe Schmo who didn't do well at it? I guess they're doing the same. I mean, they're doing it with Cody Lee.
I don't think that he's a random Joe Schmo, though. I think he's a damn good wrestler that never really got his moment to shine. He was a great talker the entire time in WWE. Mm-hmm. He was PowerPoint presentation gimmick was fantastic in my opinion.
The presidential campaign kind of gimmick too was cool.
That too, and he was starting to get in a role with Daniel Bryan. Yeah, he was starting to get a role a little bit.
I know we're talking about AEW, but is that just over now? Like, is Daniel Bryan?
It's over. Yeah, it's over. He's gone. Drew Gulak's not in WWE anymore.
He fixed all his flaws.
Now, I mean, this conversation could be for no reason if Drew Gulak doesn't come out, but Brian Cage and Drew Gulak are probably the 2 people that are talked about most.
There's been rumors Brian Cage signed with AEW.
Who's Brian Cage?
Moose, you need to Google him because you're gonna like him.
Brian Cage is dope. What?
Yeah.
Go on Netflix, watch Lucha Underground. Brian Cage matches.
He's very dope. He's very cool. He's just he looks like Batista. No, he looks like a Wolverine Batista.
Wolverine's a good way to put it. Yeah, he's got those like mutton chops on the side.
He's like 6 foot. He's like 6 foot 270, and he's
jacked. He's not that tall, but he's so jacked.
And he does lucha. He does lucha.
He does a lot of good lucha things.
Yeah, good lucha things. Yes, he does do good lucha things. Love that. All right, cool. Then we already got our prediction. Yeah, I mean, Moose, who do you think's gonna win?
I'd say Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, I'd say I'm gonna say it's Brian Cage.
I'm gonna go Darby Allin.
I love it. 3 different people, 3 different.
I want to be anti. I want to go with somebody that nobody picked, and I think that's the most likely out of.
So if Scorpio Sky does win, do you think SCU breaks up? Like, do you think there'll be like a heel turn like within that, or do you think it will?
No,
no way.
No way.
I doubt it.
I could see
It'll
John
happen
Moxley,
eventually.
because John Moxley keeps bringing up how he has to keep running through these groups, so it'd just be another group to put him into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, can I just say one thing again? Is this damn chip, is there just going to be a single like casino chip up on a being held above the ring? I mean, I got to know what the hell this chip is. Like, you're saying there's going to be this damn chip.
They have to carry this big chip around.
Was anyone else kind of confused about that little promo with Darby Allin when he's playing poker?
Oh my god, that was really weird. I kind of liked it, but it was.
I did too. I liked it too.
It was weird. I mean, I don't
and then the ladder was on fire. The ladder was on fire and stuff.
Yeah, or like he was on fire. It was.
Oh yeah.
It was,
actually, my favorite part of the show, we didn't get to talk about this, was Pac's promo.
Oh, I did like Pac's promo.
Oh yeah, Pac's promo is really good.
I'm sad he can't be on the show because Pac. Kevin knows I love Pac, and Neville was one of my favorites in NXT and WWE.
So good, dude. He was so legit.
He's got. I mean, gosh, I just can't even imagine what the TNT Championship tournament would have been if they could have had people like Pac in it, or Hangman. Yeah, exactly. Like if they could have fleshed it out to a 16-man tournament, which I assume they probably would have done if not for the times of the pandemic.
Yeah.
God, it would have been something
That gets me so excited for when
it still was great.
This gets me so excited when everything goes back to normal because I think the TNT Championship is going to be huge with Hangman, Pac, Lance Archer, Cody Rhodes. Like, there's going to be so many contenders, and it's going to be just constant action every week.
Do you think, Kevin? You're since you're the resident AEW specialist, I'm just going to ask you: do you think this TNT Championship? I guess we can go right into this match now, since we're kind of talking about.
Yeah, let's just go into it. Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, we'll talk about who's going to win, but do you think it's going to be kind of a championship where, I mean, technically it's not going to be the main event, but do you think it's going to be something that they're going to try to do a lot of title defenses, like weekly defenses of? Like, do you think it's going to be something like that, or do you think they're going to try to build to championship matches? Or because I'm kind of interested to see if they could do something where it's like every week it has to be defended, like it's like a TV championship. It's called TNT.
I don't like that though. I feel like they need to present it as like another world title because they're about to get a second TV show. Not present as a second world title, but at least present it as a not secondary title. I think
you really think they're about to get a second TV show?
That's what they already said they are. They signed.
Well, I know they're going to, but like I just thought that's going to debut before.
What day would that show?
No.